Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to another video. But today we're in Ring 2 and we're going to be playing Tower of Deep Darkness. Anyways, this tower is not one of those nice towers. It's very long and very mean if you fail on some of the floors. However, to start off, these first two floors are pretty short. Mostly straightforward parkour. Go across the pushing platform and do these really easy jumps. And that's floor 1. Probably the easiest floor. Anyways, this floor starts off pretty straightforward as well. You just go onto the moving platform and then do some simple jumps. And try to avoid the kill brick spinner as much as possible. Take your time on these if you need to. This is a little speed part. However, when you touch this button, do not go back onto the kill bricks because it's basically a button deactivator, and then you'll have to get the button again. As you'll see pretty soon when I fail this jump right here. So yeah, as you can see, the button deactivates and you just have to get it again. Anyways, try not to miss this spinner jump. And this part, just keep jumping until the moving platform arrives. And then it will take you to a zip line. This part, I would try to direct your character onto the platform, just in case something goes wrong with the zip line. And now you've got a conveyor, but don't worry, just stay on it until you stop. Now this part, do not touch the button, jump over it. It's a trick button, basically. If you touch it, the red platforms will deactivate. There's a few more of those on the last floor. But anyways, welcome to floor 3, where you now see true darkness. Luckily, we have the crystal, so we can kind of see. But so far, it's not a maze. You just have to follow the corridor and get a button. And then go back through here. Now, these 4 buttons are pretty easy to find. If you want to find the first one, you just go right over here. Second one is just around this corner here. Then the third one is around here. Now what you want to do is go down the second corridor next to the button and follow this corridor. Now you follow this corridor right here to get this last button. And then you go through this tiny gap and you avoid the epic kill brick. And then that's the maze done. When you get to the end of here. After this, things get a little bit lighter. For a little bit, anyway. And when you finally get to the middle, that's the first maze done with anyway. Here you've just got some straightforward jumps. And a kind of small wraparound, it shouldn't give you too much trouble. And then you go onto this zip line. You follow this 1-stud platform. For this outside section, don't worry, because if you do fall at any point here, there is a platform underneath you, even though you can't see it. It's really short outside section as well. Once you get to here, go on the spinner, and you jump down here. And you're on to floor 4, I believe. Not 100% sure. Anyways, this part, you fall a lot more than you bargained for, but it's fine. This dark green is Can't Glide False, so you can go through it. Now here, you might be wondering what's the real path. It's actually this one right here, that you can barely see. And now, just follow the arrows. Now you have to get another button in this little parkour section. And once you get this, you can progress with the tower. Try not to fall here, but you won't lose too much progress if you do. Now jump back up, and go back to where you pressed the orange button. Also, if you're wondering what's over there, it just leads to a balcony, which is cool. But yeah, just retrace your steps. And you can now see that this platform has appeared. For that kill brick spinner, as soon as you get to the higher platform, you don't have to worry about it, and you can heal. Until you get to here. But that's not for long. Anyways, you have these last few jumps, which you can probably walk across, but... And then, you don't be bad at the game like me, and you don't fail that jump. Music sounds epic speeded up, doesn't it? Anyways, here you follow the kind of small tightrope, but don't go too quickly because it does turn when you're least expecting it. Right here. Once you've got to the end of here, go on the next floor. This part, you can actually skip it by doing a flat wall glitch through there, but I'm going to be showing you the two buttons you have to press. But yeah, think of this as kind of like a puzzle, or at least after you do this part of the parkour. Jump across the spinner and the spears, and you get to here. What you want to do? To get the first button, I recommend just pushing it. Do nothing with the other one, just push the first one like that. And then go back down and you can see this parkour's appeared now. Which leads to, this is the harder button to get. And you don't go the wrong way. But yeah, the other buttons are a lot easier. You have some tight ropes. Once you get past these, you're almost at the button. Just have a bit more parkour to do. These parts right here, I do not recommend going to the very top because you'll bang your head. So I recommend taking the path I do, which is walking down here and then jumping. And that's the harder button done. Now all you need to do is go back to the puzzle part where you have to push the platforms. And this time, you push this one. But then don't go yet, because as you can see, the other platform is still kind of in the middle, and you now need to push this one to the end. And this gets you to the green button, which is a lot shorter to get and a lot easier. But once you've got that, you can then progress to the next part, which is actually the tower crossing. Now just go back to the start of this floor. And you'll notice that you can now go through here. But yeah, you can skip all that by just flat glitching out straight to here. For this speed part, press the button. Don't worry about speed running it though. Jump on the triangles. And then this is a conveyor, so make sure to keep jumping. And then you jump on the neon gold platforms and on the kill brick floor. And this is the platform where you wait for the really slow moving platform, which might take a while, by the way. But once you do get to it, it takes you to the tower crossing. And yeah, I think they made it super slow so that you can't like fall off or something. But the first time I got it, I actually just jumped straight down because I didn't realize I was supposed to be waiting for a moving platform. And yeah, let's just say I regretted that decision later. Not until ages later did I even realize I'd done the wrong thing. But yeah, welcome to Tower of Cold Hands. Here you have to do the first corner clip, which I hope you can do because there is a lot of those in this tower. And now you do as it says, and you jump in between the lights. Or onto them, because I'm pretty sure at some point they can collide true. And if you do fall, then you do get teleported and you have to get those two buttons again, which is where I would recommend doing the flat wall glitch to save time and frustration. But yeah, Tower of Cold Hands is not too bad for the tower crossing. And once you get to the last floor, you are done with this part. Anyway. But yeah, if you do not know how to flat wall glitch, do your best not to fall here, because otherwise you have to get all those buttons again and you're not going to be happy with this tower. All we have to do is go on these pushing platforms and you're on the last floor of Tower of Cold Hands. Which is like the easiest floor ever, by the way. You can just high jump all these and skip the ladder climbing or whatever you have to do. And then you go onto the pushing platform and it takes you to Tower of Difficulty chart. Except you don't actually have to do it. All you have to do is walk over here and corner clip back out. To another tower, which I'm not actually 100% sure which one, because I do not remember playing that, because I've barely ever played any Ring 2 Towers, but yeah. Here you've got a small tightrope, which you can use the adjustment keys if you're on PC. But they don't matter too much anyway. Make sure to jump on the right answer. Disobey its orders. Follow the thin platform. And now you get teleported to the last floor of table flipping. And yeah, you can skip that part by doing a wall hop. But if you don't know how to do that, then what you're supposed to do is roll these cylinders and get it all the way to the end. But it can be a little bit glitchy, as you can see, and really slow. So I recommend just letting the wall hop skip. Anyways, you have some more sphere jumps, and then you're on the last few jumps of table flipping. And then it teleports you. Also, in this recording I was a bit unsure of where to go because this was my first time actually getting to here, which is cool. And again, I'm not sure what tile this is, probably like falling and failing or something, I don't know. Just because I haven't played many Ring 2 Towers. But yeah, you just have to follow the path I go, because sometimes it is actually a bit unclear where to go. And then you jump down here. And ignore the tightrope to go the other way. Just do this for the Overcoming Hatred tower crossing. Go across this tightrope and push it all the way. And then you realize there's a lot more to go. But yeah, this is really straightforward parkour. And I don't think the kill bricks actually hurt you. Or maybe that was just my server. This part can be a little tough, but it's not bad, don't worry. Once you get to here, all you have to do is walk to the end. And now you've got one of the last tower crossing sections, which is floor 1 of JToH. In the dark. So yeah, you're going to have a tough time on that tightrope if you don't have the adjustment keys, I'll just say that. But yeah, all you have to do is floor 1, and that's one of the easier floors. When you get to here, you just have to corner clip out. And I'm pretty sure you're done with the tower crossing now. Yeah. Don't worry about these other colours, you can still walk across them. But yeah. Try not to fall here because, as you can see, then you'd have to do that whole tower crossing section again. Which I don't think it's in your best interests to do. But you follow this zip line and you go to the next floor. This is one of the darkest parts. I'll just say that now. One, because your lights don't work if you have them. Haven't been for a while actually. And because it's pretty hard to see where to go actually. But yeah, you have to get a button. Which is just in here. And there's some really hard to see jumps to get to it. This is me just trying to find it. But it's in the corner somewhere. So you just have to jump there. Once you got the button, you want to go back the way you came. And this part is now can collide true, and you're supposed to corner clip through it. And now you're in a little forest. But yeah, here you have to just search through the trees a bit until you find a button. Which is on one of the trees. If you find a cabin, there is a secret key behind it, which I'm pretty sure is for like a secret ending or something, but I'm not 100% sure. And yeah, this key followed me around for the rest of the tower, which I had to put up with. But anyways, once you find this, then the button will be in this direction. Right here. In front of the cabin, actually. But now that you've pressed that button, you want to go back to that sewer entrance that you saw. And now you can go into it. But first, you have to do a maze. And this is kind of a confusing part, but just exit the way I exit, and you'll be good. Which is not here. You want to go out here, this part here, and follow this corridor. And then go through the thinner section. Now you want to go out, you can't go out through there, you have to go out through the really thin part again, and jump down. And you've now made it to the sewers. Anyways, here there's a kind of invisible bridge right here that you're supposed to go across. And then you go under here. And you keep going this way, and you need to be getting a button. Which is just down here. That now enables you to climb up here. And what you want to do now is just follow the road this way until you get to this parkour here. And there is another button for you to get. Once you get that, you want to go back into the sewers. And you want to go back the way you came. As you can see, there is now that platform there. So you go back across the invisible bridge. Now you can go through this side. Go through this narrow section. And then here you want to go through the one that's longer than all the others. You get the key, press the button, and then you corner clip out. What we want to do now is exit the sewers and go to the cabin, because the key you just got will unlock it. Now you want to make your way back to the cabin. And once you find it, you go inside. For this part, you have to push this bookshelf. And it uncovers a secret hole. Now you want to just follow where it takes you. And you're on to the next part. Also, I do not know what happens if you fall here, so try not to. But this parkour section is pretty straightforward. Try not to die from the cannon. It'd be pretty embarrassing if you did. And you're back inside. If you fall on this part, it just teleports you to here. But anyways, you want to do this parkour. If you want to take less damage here, you can use T-pose, if you have that. I don't recommend trying to jump over the kill bricks. I recommend just healing when you get to here. Now you've got another corner clip coming up. This one I recommend to do sideways, because it's less risky. It might take you a while to do it though. But yeah, once you press the button, you want to simply go back to, almost back to where you started. You can just walk across those. And yeah, once you're onto this platform right here, you want to climb onto that ladder. That's kind of hard to see, but it's not a hard jump, so don't worry. You want to go back onto these spinners. And as you can see, there is now no wall this way. And you can progress. This is a healing part, but it's pretty short. Now you're on to the next floor, which is a massive maze. So this one, I recommend following the path I take. But yeah, you want to go through this really thin part right here and jump over the kill bricks. And yes, they do shift depending on where you go. But here you want to go down this bigger one, none of those smaller ones. And through this kind of transparent corridor. Once you get to here, you go around to here. And you're in an entirely new place, kind of. But yeah, you want to go down this corridor, right here. And you might find yourself back at the start, but don't worry, that's fine. Now you want to go this way. And as you can see, that is where you want to go. But you can't go through that way, so you want to go around this way. Signs glitched into the wall because it shifted. Here you want to keep going down them until you see one that turns right, like that. And you'll find yourself in a pillar room. Once you get to here, you turn around and you go through here. As you can see, there you go. This part's not exactly a speed run, but you have to get all the buttons. And there's like 5 or 6, I think. There's one just around there. And then there's one more after this. That jump's kind of tricky, because you're not, it's kind of a wraparound where you can't jump. But yeah, you go across this one stud platform, and you're done with that part. Okay, this I believe is floor 8. Or something like that. But here, if you fall, the red square will catch you and send you back. Just to the start of this part. However, the problem with it is, there are some parts where you have to kind of go down. But you need to time it so that the red thing doesn't catch you. There's more of that later floors, which is a lot more annoying. But yeah, hopefully you know how to jump down, kind of directly. You might want to practice that before going into this tower, if you're having trouble with it. Almost at the end of this part. Do a wraparound, and then here you go right, right, left, just like the sign says. And then the last part's where you jump down. And once you touch this green checkpoint, you are on to the second last floor, which for me was the most annoying floor, because it took me like half an hour. This part's annoying. You have to kind of angle yourself and then turn, so you climb down the ladder. You want to go as low as possible, and then jump around it. If you jump from any higher, then the red thing will send you back, which is annoying. You do these wraparounds, and then there's a little shortcut where you can just do a head hitter. This part, if you have helicopter, you can cheese. The only reason I did that was because I'd done it legit so many times before, and I was just getting tired of it. This jump's annoying. You want to go as low as possible, and then try not to jump, just kind of go off. However, there's one more really annoying jump coming up in this floor. Hopefully you don't have to ladder flick these, but I find it easier. The last bad part of this floor are these spinners. So this jump and this jump is okay, but the jumping onto the third spinner is very tight, so you want to angle it as much as possible. It's a pretty tight jump, so if you do fail it, try and get caught on the spinner below. But once you get onto this one, all you have to do is jump up onto the button, and then the red box disappears, and you follow the arrows again onto the last floor, which is definitely the most intense. Why? That's why. If you fall all the way back to floor 3, which for me would have been over an hour's progress lost. And yeah, I don't know if I mentioned, but this was my first time beating this tower. Actually, it was pretty much my first time even playing this tower. So yes, I was pretty nervous at this point. I took a while on this jump because I didn't know if I'd get caught on the ladder somehow. But don't worry, you don't. As long as you're careful, at least. Here, do not jump onto the dark red. Make sure you jump over it. Because I know people fail there. We have a spinner. Pretty straightforward. But yeah, take your time on this floor, you do not want to fail. This part's pretty scary. What you want to do is jump on, do a wraparound, and then that's the hardest part done. You just want to make sure you always stay at the top of the X. Here, do not jump on the darker red again, because you'll fall through them. This one, as you can see, it's darker red outside, but then you can jump in the middle, where it's can glide true. Got a pretty scary wraparound, but if you get to here, you are almost done. Just walk around here, and you've got a button. This wraparound isn't as bad as it looks, so don't worry about it. But yeah, you are on the final part. Remember this part, like I said on the first floor, do not press the buttons, because otherwise you are done for. But once you get to here, you have pretty much won the tower. You just got the last few jumps. One last wraparound. There you go. It is a very challenging tower though. And probably one of the harder challenging towers in the game. But yeah, don't be really embarrassed if your time is really long, like mine was, because it's a long tower. Trust me on that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Let me know if other towers you want me to play, and I'll see you next time.